Okay, so yesterday we discussed about some components, right?
Yeah.
A lot of components we discussed, and today we will discuss about images. So yesterday we done with the tables.
Yes, sir. But yes, we done. But I have some issue in the table.
Yeah,
If
tell me.
yeah, I create the table, and I add the border. Yes, I have like an issue with the margin and padding. Just to one example that put the padding in the table, like the
Yeah,
margin of six.
paddings and tables will come in CSS.
Okay, just we learned the border yesterday, right? How to put
Yeah,
a
yeah,
border.
that's a simple attribute actually. Simple border tab. Border is not style actually. That is inbuilt attribute in HTML.
Okay, okay.
That was not
Uh,
in CSS.
yeah, and one more question is in the div. We did the div tag,
Yes, yes,
block level tag we have, and also in inline elements we have.
yes, correct.
Just if you review this one, it will be good.
Fine, fine. So, okay, for example, uh, what is a block level tag and what is the in level tag, inline tag? I will tell you very, very clear. For example, okay, let me tell you. This is my body. So
Okay.
inside my body, I am going to be preparing a paragraph. When I am going to be preparing a paragraph, this is block level. Okay, in this particular paragraph, I have the content like this only. Okay, just I have the content hello. That's it. I have the content like this only, but my paragraph occupied the complete width of the page.
Okay.
So it is not allowing the second element side by side.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So the complete space is occupied. The complete width of the space is getting width of the page is getting occupied. That is called a block level element.
Okay.
Even you prepare H1 also. H1 also will take a lot of uh, space of the page. Okay, complete width of the page. For example, this is the H1 tag. This is the H1 tag. H1 tag is also occupying the complete width of the page.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if I create hyperlink, hyperlink is the inline element. Inline element nothing but all hyperlinks are taking side by side like this. All inline elements are taking side by side like this. So this
Okay.
particular hyperlink is called inline element. That is the major difference between block leveler and inline elements.
Okay, got it.
Okay, you got to understand now.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we have the space and I can able to provide multiple components in the same page only, a same row only. That is called inline. But the
Okay.
complete row is occupying with one element, even though you don't have the lot of content. That is called a block level element. Got my point, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So and fine. One more thing is table. And the table you have some attribute called width and border. That is a default attribute. If you provide a default attribute called width and height, width and border, automatically a border can be created and width is going to be created. Otherwise, the table is inline.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
when we enter into CSS, we discuss all the paddings, margins one by one slowly.
Okay, sure.
Okay. A padding is the inner space. We can provide some inner space for that particular table, and we provide a margin. Margin is outer space for the table. Yeah, we will do provide each and everything one by one. Okay.
Okay.
I will tell you all those things in part of CSS. Okay,
Okay.
most probably within 2 to 3 days, I am going to be starting CSS first.
Okay, sure.
Once I finish out of the HTML and I come to the CSS.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Now
Yeah,
understand what
fine.
is block level and inline.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now I just want to go with the images. Okay, whenever you want to place image, placing image on top of HTML, we need to use img tag. We need to use img tag. img
Okay.
src equal to source is the important attribute for the img.
Okay.
Image path. Then you have to provide end with the this one. So image tag is self closure tag. Image tag is
Self
image
close.
tag is a self closure tag. Image tag is self closing tag, so it is automatically closing. And this particular image having two important attributes called width and height. Width I can provide, height also I can provide. Okay, for this image, width and height, two important attributes are there. I'm not writing style right now, but attributes I'm writing. So these
Okay.
are actually called attributes. We are providing so many a number of attributes over there. Okay.
Attributes means the property.
Yeah, correct. Property, nothing but attribute.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, you take a dog, like you take a dog like this. This is a dog. And dog have a number of properties, right? So dog
Yeah.
is having dog is having some name, and dog is having some color, dog is having some height and weight, dog is having some height, dog is having some weight. All these are actually properties of this particular dog, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, for each and every element, there are some predefined attributes are available. Those particular attributes we have to mention. Without mentioning those particular attributes, that element is not actually visible to you. Okay, if you miss the
Yeah.
basic attributes, the element is not able to visible to you. So let me
Yes.
do one thing now. Let me place the images. So whenever you want to place the image, what I said, img space src equal to path of the image. Whatever the path you have, that path you need to mention and you need to close it. This is basic image you want to create. Without providing width and height, automatically default width and height will take. Whatever the image width, the image height is there, automatically it will take. Okay, let me
Okay.
design one thing. Let me design one thing. So when we want to prepare these images, we need to have four different steps. Images with four different styles, four different sections. Okay, or four different ways. What are the four different ways to prepare these images? I will tell you one by one. Okay, the first way is very simple way. Image and HTML file in the same folder. In the same folder. So image file and HTML file in the same folder. This is the first case we can go. In this case, I can do directly img src and equal to path of the image path, img path. That's it. This is enough. A second case, images are loading from separate folder. Images are loading from separate folder. Suppose I just want to put all my images into the different folder. So whenever you place all your images into the different folder, what you have to do is syntax is very simply change src equal to folder path first. Folder path slash img name. Folder path slash img name. Then you have to close it. Got it? So without mentioning the folder path, you can't able to see that particular image. Whenever you have all the images in the separate folder, got my point? Whenever you have all the images in the separate folder, you have to mention the folder path compulsory. That's an important thing. And third case, images are in images and HTMLs in different folders. Images and HTMLs in different folders. So I will draw the picture, then you can understand. Okay. Images and HTMLs are in the different folder. How to load that image? Loading images. Okay. This is like this. Double quote, double dot, backslash, folder name, backslash, and img name. Got my point? And the fourth way of loading images from URL and img src equal to and URL address you need to copy and paste it. URL address you need to copy and paste it. That's it. This is the image address you can place it. This is the fourth step. Can I draw the picture for all these things? Can I draw the picture for all these things? Okay, day 3. Okay, so let me save this as notes. Okay, let me draw the picture for all these things. Okay, what is the first case? First case is very simple. Image file and HTML file for both are in the same folder, right? This is the image file, suppose, and this is the HTML file, suppose. Both are in the same folder. This is the root folder for me. This is the root folder for me.
Okay.
And this is the image file and this is the HTML file for me. And this is the root folder. This is the root folder and this is the image file. Suppose 1.jpg, something like that. And somewhere you will be having a HTML file. So this is my HTML file. What my requirement is, I want to load this image into this HTML. I want to load this image into this HTML. In this particular case, what is the syntax? Very simple syntax you can write. What is the syntax? We already discussed about it. img
IMG
src equal to
image path.
image path. That's all enough. Okay, this is the way you have to mention. This is the case one. What actually we are to design. So this is case one. Let me do the case one. This is the case one. In the first case, we have to design like this. Let me do the second case. Let me do the second case. In the second case, what is the thing? Images are loading from the separate folder into the HTML. So I have some HTML here and I have some images folder here. This is called case 2. Let me do case 2 here. Case 2. What I want to do for the case 2, I need to load this HTML file into this particular HTML. I just want to load these all images into this HTML folder. For example, I'll be having a lot of images here. I'll be having 1.jpg, 2.jpg, 3.jpg, etc. I'll be having lot of images available in this particular images folder. Okay, let me have images folder here. Images folder. And what my requirement is, I need to load those particular images into the HTML file. I need to load these particular images into the HTML folder. How to do that? Access all images into the HTML folder like this. Am I right?
Yeah.
In this particular case, syntax is little bit changed. Syntax is little bit changed. What is that? img src equal to, first we
Folder
need
path
to mention the folder path, then slash
slash.
img name
Yeah.
and backslash. This is closed. This is the second case what we have to do. Case 2.
Okay.
Now let me write case 3. Case 3. In this particular case 3, the thing is completely different. What is the thing in the case 3? I'll be having a folder for images separately. I'll be having folder for HTML separately. HTML, all my HTMLs are in the separate folder. All my images are in the separate folder. This is my images folder. And this is my HTMLs folder. All my images are in the separate folder. All my HTMLs are in the separate folder. How to do load these images into this particular HTML. So these are in the separate folders, right?
Yeah.
So this is my HTML, this is my image. So how to load this particular image? How to load this particular image into this particular HTML? So this is having something like a 2-folder jump process. One folder need to be out, one folder need to be in. One folder need to be out and one folder need to be in. In this particular case, syntax is very simple, straightforward. Only you have to mention double dot backslash. So now I should provide img src equal to double dot backslash folder name backslash img name. That's all enough. This is the
Okay.
fourth case what you try to do it.
Yeah, the HTML mean double backslash mean one step back.
Yes, yes.
After dash folder name will be the images and image name into this one.
Yes,
Okay,
correct. Yes, correct. And the fourth case is the important case. Most of the people don't want to save the images in the local file or local folder. Most of the people actually loading the images from the URL, okay, from server or URL, whatever it may be. Okay, most of the people loading from the images from the URL. And I don't want to waste my memory of the application. I just connect with internet and load the image. In this particular process, what you have to do is take the HTML file here, take the HTML file here, and you have the URL somewhere in the URL. You have images. This is the URL. Let me take a URL. This is internet, right? This is internet. From the internet, I want to load images.
Yeah.
From the internet, I want to load images. Okay, whenever you want to load images from the internet into this particular HTML folder, you need to specify the URL image address. This is a URL image address. URL image address. Image address. Am I clear?
Yeah.
So let me do one by one. First case, second case, third case, fourth case. All the cases we will discuss now.
Okay.
Can I go for the first case now?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the day 3. Let me go for day 3. So this is the image. Yes, let me go first case now. Go with the first case. First case is very simple, straightforward. Image file will be in the same folder, right? Okay, let me prepare the new HTML now. Okay, let me go for the case 1. img.html. HTML img case 1. Okay, img src equal to, just load the image directly. Whatever the image you have, that image can be loaded directly. Okay, let me copy paste one image into my folder. So my folder is somewhere. There is my folder. Just look into the folder. We prepare this HTML in some folder, right? Day 3 folder. Day 3 is my root folder, right?
Yeah.
So in the day 3 folder, I want to load some image. So what image you want to load? I just want to copy paste some image into this. Okay, let me copy paste some image. Okay, so let me get some image, HTML images. Okay, so some image I downloaded now. Okay, let me change the name for this one.jpg. Can I load that image into this?
Yeah.
1.jpg. Yes, fine. So can I go for this 1.jpg? So directly image can be loaded in your top of the browser. Image can be loaded from the top of the browser. So this is actually loading from the local file, a local folder.
Yes.
You are loading from the local folder. If you want to take multiple images, yes, you take it. And image tag is inline tag. Image tag is inline tag. What is inline tag? We already discussed about inline tag.
Yes. Side by side.
Inline tag is side by side. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Image tag is inline tag. Side by side it is taken. Yes or not? So I don't want to go that much width and height for the each and every image. I just look into that. I want to apply some different properties like a width of the image I'm mentioning, height of the image I'm mentioning. So this is not like CSS. This is simply HTML attributes only. This is simply HTML attributes only. Okay, my image should be like this. My width is not that much good. Let me go for 250 pixel. Okay, fine.
Yes.
So now what is happening? So some images got taken, and let me have more number of images here. Okay, automatically I'm taking more number of images like this. So whenever you taken more number of images, automatically this is going to be applying like this. Okay, this is the first case, but this is not a right way of doing the width and height. This is not a right way of doing width and height. What you want to do is, I want to apply image 25% of the complete width of the page. I want to apply.
Yeah.
See what is happening. I want to apply my image 25% width of the complete page. It means what? Wherever you are actually loading, it occupy only 25% of the page, 1/4 of the page.
Yeah.
So then automatically what is happening, that image is getting occupied 25% width of the page now. Can you see this? Can you see this now? So whenever you have 25%, automatically 25 into 4 what? 100, right? 25 into 4, 100. So I just want to have 4 images in the complete width of the page. You can see that. Okay, some issue is coming. What is that? This image is having some auto padding and auto margin. So I don't want to give 25, 24 I'm taking. 24, 24, 24. 24 may be adjusted. 24% may be adjusted. Let's look into this. Yes, got it adjusted. Got it here. So 24%
Yes. Yes.
24% got adjusted, and you just make it minimize the page. You make it minimize the page. Width is not getting complication, right? You just minimize the page for the tab model. You minimize the page for the mobile model. Wherever you go, images are not getting conflict. For example, just go to the inspection, right click on the browser, go to inspection, and go to the mobile. So I am going to the mobile called Moto G4. Okay, Moto G4 fine. iPhone 6, 7, 8. Okay, it is adjusting. iPad, yeah, it is adjusting. Galaxy Fold, yeah, it is adjusting. For any type of device, all images are properly taking, right?
Yeah, because it's the head is auto, right?
Yes,
Because of that.
height is auto, and width we are mentioning with percentages. See, width
Okay.
applying with percentages is very important. Width applying
Okay.
with percentages is very important. We are actually applying the width with percentages. Percentages are actually movable. Okay, you can able to evaporate that particular concept. Okay, and this is the
Okay.
first case of loading images we already done. A lot of images you can take, no issues with that. Number of images you place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 images you take, and 4 images you can apply the percentage. Automatically all the images can be loaded on top of the page. Not an issue with that. Okay, what is the second case now? Second case is very
In different
simple.
folder.
Yeah, different folder. All the images from the different folder. Case2 img .html. I want to go with the case2 now. Now all my images img to case2. Okay, so img src. Now I want to do one thing. What I want to do, I need to prepare the folder for images, right?
Yeah.
I need to prepare the folder for images. Okay, imgs. Imgs is my folder name. Open the imgs and save some images. What are the images you want? You just take it. Okay, I want to take a lot of images into this. Okay, let me take a 1, 2. Okay, three images I taken. How many images I taken? 1, 2, 3.
Three.
1.png, 2.png. Okay, 2 images enough. I'm taking 2 images, 1.png, 2.png from the folder, right?
Okay.
In the folder, 2 images are there. I just want to load those 2 images into my HTML right now. Okay, what is the name of the folder? imgs/1.png. Am I correct? And width is 25%, whatever they say, 50% I'm on taking, and the height is auto. And the complete img src, I want to make it copy and do it paste. Now second image also I'm taking. So now you see my images are actually loading from the different folder. My images are loading from the different folder now, but width is giving issue. So I don't want to take 48 is fine. Yes, 48 and 48. Automatically those 2 images are in side by side manner. Now you see that. Now this is adjustable. Height is auto mentioned. Whenever width is decreasing, automatically height is also decreasing for you. For the mobile, it should be like this. For tablet, it should be like this. For desktop, it should be like this. Got my point? How the things are happening with the second case?
Yes.
Okay, finally, the third case. What is the third case now? We should prepare HTML in the separate folder and we need to load these images from the folder. Okay,
Yeah.
let me do the third case now. I need to prepare the folder for HTMLs now. Okay, let me prepare the folder for HTMLs, HTML separate folder. And I prepare the name of the image case 4, right? Case 4 dot case 4 img dot html. Any name you take. I'm taking the proper name for your understanding purpose.
Okay.
But HTML name is any name, but .html is mandatory. Okay, file name is any name you take.
Okay.
I'm taking case 4 -img for your understanding purpose. Okay, this is case 3, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so for your understanding purpose, I'm taking like this, but you take any name, really not a problem. But .html is mandatory.
Okay.
Don't forget about .html. Okay, .html
Okay.
is mentioned, and this is case 3 images. Okay, now trying to load this img src. And first of all, double dot backslash folder name. What is the name of the folder? imgs slash
IMGS.
one
Yeah.
dot png, and width is 48%. Width is 48%, and height is auto. Am I clear?
Yeah.
The same thing you have to copy and paste. Copy it and do it paste. And this one is second 2.png. 2.png, and save it and execute the application. Open in the browser, and the same concept got executed. Same concept got executed. For example, I am removing this double dot here. I am removing this double dot here. Anyway, these images cannot be loaded. The second image can't be loaded. You can see that there is a problem. Second image is not loading, right? You have the only first image, but second image is giving issue. Second image is giving issue. What is the problem? Path is issue. So whenever you have the issue with the path, you can go with the one more attribute called alt attribute. Alt nothing but alternate. So image path not right. Not good. Alternate text you can able to show. Whenever you are getting problem with the loading of image, you can show something like a alternate text. Am I clear for this?
Yeah.
Image, if you are not able to load the original image, you can able to show some text like that. Image path is not good. Okay, whenever the image path is good, automatically the text will not display for you. Whenever the image path is good, the text will not display for you. Automatically image can be displayed. Yeah, now see.
You missed the
Same done.
slash. No, you missed the slash. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it. Sorry. Yeah, you have to do it. Now you can see that properly we are writing the things, and automatically we can able to see both images side by side.
Yeah, there are tags like for errors. Where there is an error, we can mention like a comments.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you don't have the image, you can able to see the alternate image like this. HTML is not giving errors. That's what actually you have to learn. HTML is not giving errors. You need to write a proper HTML only. This is not like a debugging process.
Okay.
HTML is not having any debugging. If you're not giving the proper path, if you're not giving the proper name, if you're not giving the proper tag, automatically browser is empty.
Okay.
So something is not executing nothing, but you are not writing the proper code. That you have to understand. See, whenever you are preparing some HTML, first of all, you need to design the prototype. What you have to design? Paperwork. Paperwork is very, very important learning HTML.
Okay.
You draw the pictures whatever you want, and based on the pictures, you go with the implementation. Am I clear now? So how to load this third case?
Yep.
Now we can go for the fourth case. So what is the fourth case? Images are loading from the URL, right? Okay, in J3 I'm going to be preparing. So now this is a case 4 img dot html. Let me go with us. And this is a case 4. For case 4, what my requirement is, I want to load images from the URL. So URL nothing but what? Okay, let me show the URLs, how to get the URLs. URLs are getting very simple. Just go to Google. Just go to Google and right click on the image. Right click on the image, copy
Okay.
image address.
Okay.
Copy image address. Please remember it, okay? Copy image address. Copy image
Okay.
address and paste the image address here. That's it enough. Paste the image address here. And width is 48% and height is 2. That's all enough. This is the line actually I'm writing. This is the image address I'm copying here. And one more image you want, you can take it.
Okay.
Okay, let me take one more image from the URL. Okay, let me take this image, copy image address from here. Can I go with the different image? Yeah, this one. Copy image address. Yeah, put it. Now we are not loading the image from the local folder. Oh my God, this is huge. Just open it first. Okay, here you copy it. Okay, this is very nice now. Yeah, this much actually we have to take. That's what enough. Now you can go and execute our application. Now you can see both images are actually taken place. Now you can
Yes.
see both images are taken place, but these images are loading from the URL. These images are loading from the URL. If you want, you can see, but inspection. Go to the inspector, right click on the Chrome browser, go to inspect and check out the inspection. How to check inspection is very simple. Okay, this is 100%. And this is not like supposed to. Okay, this is like inspection. You click on the button here. There is one arrow button here available.
Yes.
This is called inspection. Whenever you go to the inspector, you can check that, and you will be having some code available here, and where the image is actually getting loaded from. You can see where the image is loading here, IMG SRC, something
Yeah.
like this. This is the thing you have to edit. So this
Okay.
editing is very important. This is called inspection. Whenever you go to this image, that image is getting highlighting for you, and whenever you go to this one, this is getting highlighting. Whenever you go to this one, this is getting highlighting. This is completely body.
Yeah. Clear.
That is like inspection. Whenever you have a lot of elements, you get confused. Then you can go with inspection like this. See, it is hovering, right? Whenever you
Yeah.
hover on this, it is going complete, and whenever you hover on this, it is going to be defined. Got my point now?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Just completed with images now. Try to do work with a lot of images. And one more tag we want to discuss, that is like iframe. How to work with iframe. Iframe is HTML tag. Okay, let me do something. Iframe is HTML tag using for loading a browser internally in my root page. Got my point? Iframe is a HTML tag using for loading a browser internally in my root page. Okay, let me load some iframe now. How to load iframe, how to work with iframe. Let's see one simple application. Okay, so see it, and I want to design iframe now. Iframe dot html, iframe, and here what I want to do is iframe SRC. iframe is having attribute called SRC. Okay, you need to mention some SRC value for the iframe,
Okay.
and you need to mention some width of the iframe, something like 80%. Height of the iframe should be auto. Okay, let me do something like this. And SRC, what is the SRC for the iframe? I want to take some web page. Okay, let me take a Pierce Technologies. Okay, Pierce Technologies Private Limited. Okay, this is the SRC I want to copy. PeersTech.com. Sorry, Google.com. So let me go with the Google.com. Copy this URL and go with this and check it out. iframe is loading or not. Okay, so Google is not allowing to load in the iframe. Google is not allowing to load in the iframe. That is the problem. Okay, so what I want to do is HTTPS. Google is not allowing to load in iframe. Some web pages are not allowing to load in the iframes. Please remember it. Some web pages are not allowing to load in the iframes. Okay, let me go with apple.com. Apple.com. So apple.com, let me check. Okay, sorry. Okay, some pages are not allowing to load in the iframe. So that is the issue. Okay, Apple is not also allowing to load in the iframe. Okay, let me do one thing. Let's
It
load
is used just
WH.
for websites. We can put outside
Yes, yes,
websites
yes,
in the
yes,
iframe.
yes.
Not using with anything more.
No, nothing, nothing. Only that's one. Now open in the browser. Okay, so some issue is there with iframe. So some websites are not allowing to load in the iframe. So let me do one thing. I will take one YouTube video. So let me go to the YouTube and check for HTML. Okay, so this is simple HTML. Some go to down, go to share, go to embed, copy the embed tag, whatever the embed tag is available here. Okay, that I will load in the iframe over there. Okay, so I'm just removing the whatever the iframe which is available. I'm taking the iframe over there, and this iframe is having width automatically designed. And let me have the one more copy, this one. See, got observed how the things are happening, how iframes are loading inside your browser. Can you see, observe? So this is separately playing for you, and this is separately playing for you. Okay, loading any type of URL inside your root level page. Internal browsers.
Okay.
Internal browser content loading inside your main page. That is actually
Oh,
called iframe. See, some sort of websites you are observing, they are actually showing that demonstration. They are actually playing the trailers, okay, product trailers, and image related content, whatever it is, YouTube links in the iframes, right? You take some Samsung application, Samsung mobile related things.
yeah.
Okay, so they are actually showing the product overview in the YouTube video, right? That YouTube video they are putting in the iframe and they are just showing in the box.
Okay.
So most of the time iframes are using in that particular cases. Most of the time iframes are using in that particular cases.
Okay.
Okay, you do one thing, you do practice with images and iframes today. And what I want to do in the next class is I just want to design one simple application with the table layout. One simple gallery application we will see. Okay, one simple gallery application we will see. And we just want to finish up forms in the next class. Forms and sign up form, sign in form, all the form related content we will see. And we will finish off HTML in the tomorrow class. Okay, and Monday onwards we will be having CSS class started. Is it okay? You do practice with this today? You can do practice now.